There are 4 horror movies that I'm very excited for that are coming out this year, 2026. The first one, of course, you can see is Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Now, this movie is coming out in April 17th, or at least it's scheduled to come out April 17th. There is a trailer. We're going to watch it. And Lee Cronin, who is Lee Cronin? He is the director that brought us Evil Dead Rise, the latest Evil Dead that came out. That movie was great. Before we watch the movie trailer, I did want to mention, I'm excited because they're making this movie into a horror. For those who don't remember, there was 2017, I believe. Tom Cruise was in it, and it was basically an action thriller. And I didn't really like it. I didn't like the idea of it. Here's the trailer. Uncovering the Mummy. Weapons, okay. The studio that brought Weapons. Great movie, by the way. Producer James Wan from Blumhouse. The new version. Yeah. It's bloody. Looks gory. A lot of disease. What happened to Katie? Is Katie the mummy? Yeah. Alright, the second movie on the list is Hokum, or Hokum, however you want to say it. This is going to be coming out May 1st, and it's directed by Damien McCarthy. Now, Damien McCarthy, he's the guy who did Caveat, and I believe, what was the other one? Oddity. Today, actually, last night, I watched Caveat. Honestly, wasn't the biggest fan of Caveat, or however you want to say it. I don't even know how to pronounce that. But it was a bit creepy. It was creepy, but it wasn't a huge fan of it. But this new one looks really good. Let's watch the trailer. See, that alone looks creepy as hell. From the studios that brought you Long Legs and producers of Weapons. I was a big fan of Long Legs.
Long ago, deep in the woods, there lived an alcoholic.
I'm about to get epilepsy. Yeah, this thing looks creepy, man. The faces, man. The faces are really creepy. This kind of gives like fairy tale vibes. You know, like Alice in Wonderland kind of got vibes. Like the bunny. This thing looks creepy as hell. And I hope and I pray that they use this guy or this thing well. I hope they use it very. It's a bunny. It's definitely a bunny. So that's why it gives me like a fairy tale Alice Wonderland kind of vibe. But yeah, this thing looks freaky as hell. And I'm very excited. Again, this is coming out May 1st. So that's Hokum. Now the next one on my list, the third on my list, is Evil Dead Burn. Now I've already mentioned Evil Dead Rise. I thought it was a great movie. That first, the intro scene to Evil Dead Rise was probably one of the most cinematic, the coolest scenes I've seen in a while. And again, Evil Dead Rise was a great movie. I have high hopes for this one. Now, the director is different. So, I did mention Lee Cronin was the director for Evil Dead Rise. And so, we have a different director here, Sebastian Vanicek. And we still don't have a trailer, so we can't watch that. But the expected date is July 24th. If you look up the director here, he made Infested. Haven't seen that. Mayday. And Crocs. So not really familiar with this director, but the reason why I'm so excited for Evil Dead Burn is because Evil Dead always delivers. From the one, when did it come out? 2016? Yes. This one here. So Evil Dead, this one came out when? This Evil Dead came out in 2013, and this movie, I can still remember the images that really made me cringe. It's scary, and it's also just like it makes you cringe with like the blood and they just do it right. Evil Dead just does it right. Again, this one here, Evil Dead, was great. Evil Dead Rise was amazing, and that's why I'm very excited for Evil Dead Burn. Yes, this here is the scene that just, it's amazing. It's cinematic. One of the best intros I've seen in a movie. I got you excited for the horror film, right? Evil Dead Rise. And the faces and all that stuff. And last but not least, we have Werewolf. This one is set to come out December 25th of this year. And of course, the director, Robert Eggers. Now, Robert Eggers is the same director that made Nosferatu, the latest Nosferatu. And I absolutely love that movie. I love the aesthetics. I love the feel. I love everything on Nosferatu. And that being said, if you look up the cast, we have William Dafoe, Lily Rose Depp, Aaron Taylor Johnson, a very great cast. Now, Willem Dafoe is one of my favorite actors ever. Lily Rose Depp did an amazing job in Nosferatu. She did phenomenal, and so did Aaron Taylor Johnson. So even the cast is pretty much the same as Nosferatu. I'm very excited because of that, because it's coming from Robert Eggers. He's going to be the director, and then the cast is amazing. And of course, it's about a werewolf. Now, I was trying to look for the last werewolf movie that came out. I believe it was in 2025, last year, 2025, beginning of 2025. There was the werewolf movie, and I was not a fan of that movie. That movie was so boring. Probably one of the worst horror movies I watched last year. So there are 2 monster movies that are coming out from the original monsters. You know, you got Frankenstein and you got the Dracula, Werewolf, and the Mummy. 2 of those are coming out this year. I'm very excited for them. I think they're going to be great horror movies. But what do you guys think? Which of these 4 are you most excited for? Or you guys think it's going to be whack? Leave it down in the comments below, of course. But thank you guys so much for, that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.